Have you ever heard of a ship so legendary it was placed among the stars? Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the Argo, the vessel that carried Jason and his band of heroes on one of the most famous quests in all of Greek mythology, the hunt for the Golden Fleece. This isn't just a tale of a boat, it's a story of gods, heroes, treacherous seas, and a journey that defined an era of exploration. So, what was the Golden Fleece? Imagine the fleece of a magical winged ram, shimmering with pure gold. This wasn't just some fancy rug, it was a symbol of authority and kingship, held in the distant and mysterious land of Colchis, at the very edge of the known world. The hero of our story, Jason, was tasked with retrieving it to rightfully claim his throne. But a quest this epic required an equally epic ship. Enter the Argo. This wasn't just any ship cobbled together by mortals. It was designed and built by a master shipwright named Argus, but he had some divine help. The goddess Athena herself, the goddess of wisdom and warfare, pitched in. She placed a magical piece of timber from the sacred oak of Dodona into the ship's prow. This wasn't just for decoration. This piece of wood could speak and even offer prophecies, acting as a divine guide for the crew on their perilous journey. As if that wasn't enough, the queen of the gods, Hera, had a soft spot for Jason and offered her divine protection to the entire crew. With a goddess-blessed talking ship, Jason was ready to assemble his team. And what a team it was. The crew of the Argo were known as the Argonauts, a who's who of Greek mythology's greatest heroes. We're talking about Heracles, the strongest man alive; Orpheus, the musician whose songs could charm rocks and trees; the heavenly twins, Castor and Pollux; and many other kings and demigods. It was the ancient world's equivalent of the Avengers, all gathered on the deck of this one extraordinary ship. Their mission, to sail from Greece into the unknown, to the land of Colchis on the shores of the Black Sea. The journey of the Argo reads like the ultimate adventure novel. It's believed by some historians to be a symbolic representation of the first Greek sailors who ventured into the Black Sea, discovering that it wasn't an endless ocean but an inland sea. The route is a grand tour of the ancient world. They set off from Iolcos in Greece, navigating through treacherous waters and past strange lands. Their voyage took them to the island of Lemnos, which was inhabited only by women, to Samothrace for mysterious religious rites, and through the Hellespont, the narrow strait separating Europe and Asia. One of their most famous challenges was navigating the Symplegades, or the clashing rocks. These were two enormous, living cliffs that would smash together, crushing any ship that dared to pass between them. Following a clever piece of advice, the Argonauts first released a dove. The bird flew through, and the rocks crashed together, just clipping its tail feathers. As the rocks recoiled, the Argonauts rowed with all their might, with Athena giving the ship an extra push. They made it through just in time, and the clashing rocks were forever fixed in place. After countless other adventures, including battles with harpies and giants, they finally reached Colchis, the home of the Golden Fleece. But getting the fleece wasn't easy. It was guarded by a fearsome, sleepless dragon. Here Jason received help from Medea, the sorceress, princess of Colchis, who fell in love with him. Using her magic, she put the dragon to sleep, allowing Jason to snatch the fleece. With their prize secured, the Argonauts had to make their escape, but their journey home was just as long and winding as the one to get there. They didn't just retrace their steps. The myth describes them sailing up the great rivers of Europe, like the Danube and the Po, and even being carried across the deserts of Libya. This incredible, almost fantastical route highlights the limited geographical knowledge of the time, mixing real locations with mythical landscapes. They journeyed across the Mediterranean, stopping at places like Crete before finally, after much hardship, returning to Greece as triumphant heroes. The voyage was a success. The Argo had carried the heroes through storms, monsters, and angry kings. She had fulfilled her destiny. So, what happens to a legendary ship after its one great adventure? After returning to Greece, the Argo was dedicated to the sea god Poseidon at Corinth. It was a fitting tribute to a vessel that had conquered the waves. But her story doesn't end there. In a final ultimate honor, the gods decided to immortalize the ship. They lifted it into the night sky, transforming it into a massive constellation known as Argo Novus, the ship Argo. For centuries, sailors could look up and see the celestial form of the greatest ship of myth, a guide and inspiration for all who traveled the seas. Interestingly, in the 18th century, astronomers found the constellation of Argo Novus to be too large and unwieldy, so they broke it up into 3 smaller constellations that we still know today: Carina, the keel purpose, the stern, and Vela, the sails. So even now, fragments of the legendary Argo still sail across our night sky. The legacy of the Argo is so powerful that it continues to inspire people even today. In 2008, a modern-day replica of the Argo was built. This incredible vessel was a 50-oar galley, just like the one described in the myths. And in the spirit of the original crew, its new team of Argonauts was made up of volunteers from all 27 member states of the European Union. The plan was truly ambitious, to recreate the mythical journey, rowing and sailing all the way from Iolcos in Greece to ancient Colchis, which is in modern-day Georgia. The crew embarked from the Corinth Canal, ready to face the Black Sea. However, the modern world presented a different kind of challenge. Due to geopolitical issues, the Turkish authorities couldn't guarantee safe passage for the ship and its international crew through certain waters. So, the voyage had to be rerouted. Instead of reaching the Black Sea, the modern Argo sailed a different, but still impressive, course. It traveled over 1,200 nautical miles, from Volos in Greece all the way to the historic port of Venice in Italy. While it didn't complete the mythical route, this modern voyage was a powerful tribute to the spirit of adventure, cooperation, and the enduring power of the story of the Argo. From a piece of talking wood in a divine ship to a constellation in the sky in a modern-day replica crossing the seas, the story of the Argo is a testament to the human desire for exploration and adventure. It's a reminder that some legends are so grand, they refuse to stay in the past. They continue to sail on, inspiring us to look towards the horizon and wonder what lies beyond. Thanks so much for joining me on this mythological journey today. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from history and myth. Let me know in the comments what legendary vessel we should cover next. Until then, keep exploring.